And yes, we are live. Hi guys, my name is Roger. Welcome MV fans and also other fans of the channel. Welcome to a new live stream. Very cool, very nice to be here again. Stream number 4 and we're ready. Yes, let me tell you something about today because let me stop the music. The music is ducking while I'm talking, but I can hear myself through the headphones. But anyway, yeah, some announcements because I rewatched my stream from last week and I thought, whoa, wait a minute, I'm talking too much. So this time, I will not talk that much. I will focus more on the MV. I will focus more on the music, on the tutorials, well, the topics I want to share with you. So less talking. But I have also some other announcements to make. And you saw it already when I started. You saw a thank you. A thank you because what I said last week and what I posted also on my YouTube channel is the MV tattoo. I showed you what kind of tattoo I wanted. And thank you so much, Nick Danger, Redcliffe, N4 and Akka Music 100. I used your money, your donations to take the tattoo, the MV tattoo. So I will show you. I will change now. Yes, now I can show it to you. So we got over here Donkey Kong. Okay, very nice. And on the other side, here it is. It's the original, old school, The Empire Strikes Back, Ed. And over here we have the MV incorporated. Very cool, very nice. So thank you so much for this. I love it a lot. Awesome. Okay. I've got some other announcements also to make. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch the screen because I made some adjustments also in the studio. I've got up here now another camera. So now you have a better focus, a better view on the MV. You still can see me. And over here I see the chat. So let's see who's in the chat. Yeah, and I saw Jam Bam as first. And then Hayden Radcliffe, thank you so much, second. And there was before also, when I was not live yet, there was also Carlos who said he was second. Very good. Good evening. Leather Neck for Life. You made it. Very good. Very nice. I had contact with you through Facebook. And Doofus, hello all. Yeah, very nice being here on the show again. Bakerman, Stefan, very cool. Buenas noches, ¿qué tal, Carlos? Very nice to have the chat here in front of me instead of having my phone, so we can have a better direct contact with each other. So what I said before, we have some announcement. I did this. Hayden, man, I love it so much. Very cool. The tattoo. Then something else, but because I am not able to reach MV Nation anymore, and I don't know if you can reach the website, but I couldn't find it anymore. So I decided this week to use my website for collecting all kind of information regarding the MV-8800. I will show it to you. I will switch now to another screen, to my computer, and then we go to the website. This is hard. Okay. Are we still on? Yes, we are still on. Perfect. Okay. So this is my website, hardware only. Get the most out of your hardware. And I got here the MV-8800 archive. This is a special archive for the 8800. So I've collected over here all kind of manuals in different languages. So English, we got Italian, we got it French, Spanish, we got it in Dutch, we got it in Japanese. Also, the service notes are there. Then all the workshops. We got the workshop in English and a quick start in German. Then all the workshops, the 16 workshops that are available. You can download them from our website. Then we got the MV-8800 brochures, so the official ones. Oh, they're all official, but the first one, then the update, and also the booklet with all the keywords and groove and gear. I got over here the content discs available, and also you can download it. It's 785 MB. Then the press releases, and then something else, because I've got another announcement to make. Oh, I see the chat has. Oh, it's over here. Yes, okay. Now it's. Let me move it over here. So now we can see it. Very good. There's the chat. Now it's available. Cool. Another announcement to make. The following. Let me go to this YouTube movie.
Happy holidays, everyone. It's your boy One Technique, and I want to let you guys know about my latest and greatest expansion pack. It's called the Holy Grail, and check it out, man. This thing's ridiculous. I call it the Holy Grail for a reason. This thing has like over 500 programs of all different instruments. This thing's it's just ridiculous. But that's not even the main reason why I'm making this video. The main purpose for this video is to let you guys know from now until December 30th, 100% of my proceeds for that expansion pack, along with my first one, Dats and Zips, if you make that purchase of either...
So interrupting the video, this is the video from One Technique from 3 years ago. And I guess it was 2 years ago, I uploaded a video because he contacted me and I uploaded a video with some of his patches. I made some beats with it. And this week he contacted me to tell me that he is giving away all his patches, all his music, well, patches for the MV for free. And he said to me, Roger, I want to have it on your channel, on your website. So as you can see, I go back to the capture of the Mac. Over here, he told me that he is going to give it for free to all of us. I've started first with the Holy Grail. I've got them all. I got all the 4 patches. Well, no, sample packs. And we can use them all. Free of charge, guys, free of charge. He sent me also this explanation, and take a look, go to my website. You are free to download. It's the Holy Grail is already only almost 2 gigabytes of exclusive MV patches. I've used in many music of me. I used his patches because they're gold, they're solid, and now they're for free. So that's a real Christmas bonus, in my opinion. Very, very cool. One Technique, thank you so much. And guys, MV Group, you are free to download. Go to my website, MV-8800 archive, and they're there. And all the patches will be uploaded coming week and available to all of us. So that's very cool. Yes, let me do the following, because now I want to see first who are in the chat. I see Zitosonic. Hello, Roger. Joe Collier, very good. Thank you for being also here on the show. Man, yeah. Stefan Bakerman, yeah, as you said, the patches are very good quality, are really a good quality. In other streams, you had a possibility to download them, and now they're for free. Cool. Let me go to this one. So let me, again, thank you, Nick Danger, Hayden Radcliffe, Echo Music, and N4 for the donations to get my MV tattoo. Cool. Today, topics, sidechaining. Yeah, I received questions about sidechaining before, and if I can recall it right, Hayden, you also asked me about sidechaining with the MV. Yes, I studied the video from 10 years ago from MV-8800, Sensei Waxdad, very good. And in this stream, I want to focus on sidechaining. So chopping, LFO, MFX, and MX LFO. Did I prepare something? No, that's what I like, not to be too prepared. Doing something on the fly, like we all do, and then giving my tips. And if you have tips, share them with me, and then we go. Just one thing. I received also a question from a viewer on YouTube, and perhaps you can help me with that, because let me go there. It's regarding the MV-8800. When starting up, he wants to have it default to song mode. And I know with the MV-8800, it's very easy. You can select in the menu to have it starting up with the song mode or pattern mode. He has an MV-8000 3.54, and he says that he cannot select it. I don't know. I don't have the 8000 anymore. Perhaps you know it, but he was not able to find it. So, like I promised, TJS 6025. I hope. I hope it works. I hope it works, and that we have some answer. That we have an answer in during the stream for you. Great. I started today with just a simple pattern, 8 measures over here. I will press play, and you know what? I'm going to solo mode, because I've got PixJam. Of course, I use PixJam. This is beat. This beat is coming from One Technique. Well, the drums, I made a combination. This is also part of One Technique from his patch from the download for this week. Now in the background, these are 2 samples which I've created with my V-synth GT, a bass line, and just some notes, some chords. You hear it's a sample, but when it's a complete pattern, you don't hear it anymore. This is the Juno, Alpha Juno 1, playing with some effects from the 2480, a delay, and a reverb. This is the V-synth with some automation, because I received, just before the show, I received also from Ken Jones. He said to me, can you explain something about automation? During the stream, I will focus on that also. And I will dedicate another stream only to automation, to automate your mixer, to automate sounds or whatever. But as you can hear, that sound of the V-synth is automated, because I changed the cutoff frequency and the resonance, and those and that information is recorded by the MV. This is a JD990. Meanwhile, Zito, is that question in the Facebook group? Yes, he pushed it. He put it in the Facebook group. I don't know which one. I will check it out later. And this was, let me. This was a live playing of the V-synth GT on channel 8. Why showing this? This has nothing to do with chopping, no, but just to show you that the intro music was just made with the MV. And that's what it's all about, centerpiece of the studio. Okay, so let's create a new pattern. We are going to chop. No, we are going to do sidechaining, but with chopping. In case you don't know what sidechaining is, it's that ducking sound. That ducking sound when, for example, a bass drum kicks in, and then the rest, or just a specific sound, ducks, and then you get. I did some videos about that with the SP808 by using the step sequencer. I also did a video with the MV-8800 about that. Now I will do first chopping, because that's how Wax that 8800 did. So I'm going to explain that right now. Now we are going to start a new pattern. So pattern empty, I select it, great. I remove the audio track. I don't need the audio track at this moment. I remove it. Delete track. Execute. So are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Great. Delete it. Now we are going to change the track parameters of MIDI track number 1. And I've preloaded the 2 patches from my website for this stream. One tag PH4. And that's the one. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll answer the question from Carlos Cruzado. V-synth G, which track? Well, the intro. I used the V-synth GT on track number 8. Well, on MIDI channel number 8. Now you will hear the the sounds of this patch. Anyway, it's on MIDI channel number 8. So if I change the parameters in track parameters to MIDI channel number 8 over here, if I go to A8, now you have the V-synth. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, we go back to this one. MIDI, in this case, 0, off. And we have now the output assigned only the patch from one technique. Because first we are going to create a beat. Let me try. Some really nice sounds. Let's give it a try. Okay, we are going to record it. I changed the length of this pattern. Can I do it here? Yes, I can do it here also. So let's make an easy 4-measure beat. Neko Ninja, welcome. So cool being on the show again. So 4-measure beat, 100 BPM at this moment. Okay. Okay, let's give it a try. I want to input quantize directly on to make it nice quantized. No, not good. Too much at the same time. Again. And I don't want to do step recording. Okay, that's cool. Let me start with this one. Can you imagine? Now it's all for free. I love this patches. Okay, we got something like this. Now I have to, you know what? I'm going to sample a sound from external synthesizer. So I will create another track. I do track parameter. No, I do menu, add MIDI track over here. And now I want to add, let's say, at this point I'm more familiar with the V-synth and the GT. So I do the, I will search for a sound of on my V-synth. And I have to play it, of course, in the right key. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to look for a pad sound, and a pad sound which I can sample, and then I will chop it up to have that sidechain effect. And I want to have a loud. Why a loud? Because later on I will change that sound with the filter. If I change now a very soft sound, then then the filter has not that much effect. And when I choose now a very loud sound, then I can filter it later on. Something like that. Just very easy. Just to show you how it works. I will sustain the sound. So now you think, yeah, I don't like it a lot. Anyway. So, okay, I've got that sound now over here, and I'm going to sample that. I'm going to sample that part. So I press sampling, and I go over here to, in this case, to coaxial, because it's coming in through the MV8 OP1, coaxial in. But I have to turn down my master volume. Otherwise I have some feedback. You hear the feedback. So I'll turn down my master volume. Like that. Now I'm going to prepare the sampling method. Well, the way I sample. So I do a start trigger on play. So when I hit play, it starts sampling. And the stop trigger will be on beat, and in this case 16. I got 4 measures with 4 beats makes 16. So this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to select immediately auto normalize, and I press start over here. Now it's waiting to play, so I will play. Okay, so this part is recorded, is sampled. Now I can open up the master volume again from the MV. And what we see here on the screen is we see BPM bass note is 16, which is correct. And the BPM total is 100, which is also correct because I sampled it in 100 BPM. So that will be, for this pattern, the limit, not because you can push it up, but anyway, no, at this moment 100 BPM it will be. Meanwhile, I'll take a look at the chat because I saw a question from Neko Ninja. Maybe Roger can share some light about the step sequencer, like on TR8, TR909. Yeah, the drum grid, you mean. I guess the drum grid function. I did a short one about that, just 1 minute to make a beat by using the drum grid. But that's very cool, and perhaps I can use it today also. Anyway, at this moment, yeah, we got the sample over here. I'm going to quick assign it. To a, in this case, first to an audio phrase, because I want to chop it. So I do audio phrase. And it's empty, of course, because I did not prepare anything. Well, just something. Anyway, execute. So now it's an audio phrase. At this moment, I have to change the input select to something else, anything but coaxial to prevent feedback. So right, okay. So now if I go to audio phrases over here, we've got the sample. I go to edit and I'm going to chop this up in equal points. So chop. Do I want to loop? No, not necessary at all. BPM sync also not, no, because I want to chop it. And I do in this case auto chop. So we are going to chop the sample into pieces. The chop type will in this case be beat. And now I have to think, right? I do a quarter note. So quarter note. No. It has to be a whole note. I do exit and auto chop again. Auto chop. So it was already good with this one. Execute. $16. Okay. Now I'm going to assign it to a patch. And I choose an empty patch. Let's do it on 3. So execute. If I now go to another MIDI track, I create another MIDI track over here, add MIDI track. And now with the output assign of the new created sample, and I will turn off the MIDI, otherwise it will play the GT, and I don't want that, so I do execute now. So now we have a MIDI track with that sample. Great. Let me change in the mixer the volume of that. I put it on 127. And now I'm going to step record it into the measure. So step recording is on by holding shift and then record. And I do the step time on 480 on one note, quarter note. Duration needs to be 100. The velocity I put on 127. So to make sure that every time I hit a pad, the volume is equal. I also could use fixed velocity, but I assume fixed velocity is only for live recording, and this is step recording, so the velocity is now 127. So let me give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's filled now. So if I hit play, then we should hear the sample, but in chops. Too loud, Roger, too loud. So, you know what? Make it 85. I make it 75. Okay. It's over there. Nice. I will play the complete sample for you. Cesar Paz. Muchísimas gracias. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Cesar. Let me tell you something about Cesar. I made a good deal with him regarding the GT. So, muchísimas gracias, Cesar. Very cool. Very cool to have you here. I play the complete pattern. Great. Now I'm going to adjust the starting point of this sound. You can use quick edit, but I use instruments and then partial edit. Because first, wait a minute. That's it, yeah. First I'm going to adjust the filter. Because what I said before, I want to use the filter. This is the only problem. I have to turn on the filter for every sample now. But later on with the assignable sliders, I have control over all over all samples at once, over the filter sound. Okay, cool. So this is done. They're all done? Yeah. Okay. I see mute number 2. Zetosonic, what do you mean with mute number 2? I don't get what you mean. Please explain. Okay, in this case, I go back now. I go back to the patch edit, because you have to understand that you've got a patch and then you've got partials. Partials are parts of the patch. So you can adjust all the separate partials, in this case all the separate pads, or you can adjust the complete patch of all the samples. So if we change now the attack offset of the patch, all samples will be starting later. So if I change this to plus 30, the attack, the amplifier of the samples in this case should start later. Let's give it a try. I'm not satisfied yet, because it should be deeper. Thank you, Zetosonic. Yes, because it's triggering my V-synth. Now I know what you mean. That's the reason why I thought, why I don't hear any difference. Yeah, I have to mute it. Oh, I got 3 mice over here for my computer, my MV and the VS2480. I got them muted. Now you should hear the difference. Thank you so much. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Zetosonic. Cool. Nice. So now we already have that kind of ducking sound, sidechaining sound. The only thing is that, like I said before, I want to have control also over the filter. So I'm going to check the sliders. So system number 6 slider. And I see in this case on the screen that the cutoff is done with number 5. So I will change number 5, and also you can see that 7 and 8 are attack and release. So I can also play with that during playing. I turn the assemblable sliders on. Let's give it a try. Reverb. if you're talking about stupid with me, that's the problem. I can continue with this all the time. But if we're talking about automation, we can automate, of course, these movements of the sliders. I've shown it this, if I remember, in the first live stream. Because when we add another MIDI track, but in this case, the output assign of the same sample, and instead of playing the pads, I can now change the assignable sliders. So I press record. Just funny. And you can take a look in the event list about what you've done. Because the event list gives you so much information about, in this case, we're in the event list of track number 4, and track number 4 contains, in my case, all the recordings of the assignable sliders. So you can see the change of the volume, change of the cutoff frequency, the attack, panning, those kind of movements. It's all recorded over here. You can use a view filter also, because now it shows everything. But you can also say, now I want to see only, let me show it to you. So I do all off. And now I go to control change. And I want to see only, in this case, from 7, which is a volume, to 10. Let me push like this. So now I will have 7 to 10. That's volume and pen. And I do exit. And now I see only pen and volume. And in this case, I could adjust over here some what's it called? Some parameters. When I say, I want to have more volume on beat number 3, or I want to have less volume on beat number 4. Or I want to add something, the event list can do that. And that's just super amazing, super cool. View filter, all on. So, okay. But you can turn it off also, of course. If you go to the mute mode, shift pad, and I mute track number 4. Now the assignable sliders movements are not affected anymore. Okay, so that's how it's done with, in this case, chopping. So, to wrap it up, very easy, is what I do is I sample, in this case, I sampled the V-synth, that sound, and then I chopped it up in equal beats to have it played, and then changing the attack time. Because when you change the attack time, it feels like if it's pumping. Whoop, whoop. And I've tried it with house music, and then you notice the effect much better than in this case with just a slow beat like this. Anyway, you get the drift. You know what? I'm going to create another pattern. Pattern number 3, select, is an empty one. Like I did before, I'm going to delete the audio track. Yeah, guys, if you're a fan of audio tracks, well, I have to invest time on it, on how it works, because I don't use the audio tracks, and for sure it's great. It's great, but I don't use it. I sample. I use patches with the correct BPM, and then I'm fine with it. Somehow I feel much freer with the samples than with audio tracks. But okay, that's up to you guys. So let's create another beat. Track parameter, output assign. In this case, I will do the other patch. Yeah, I have to show you this because I made a video about changing the sliders. If I go to my mixer, you see they're still wobbly. And I really hate it. I really hate it. Those four are wobbly and those four aren't. It's just a minimal amount, but I notice when I do recordings with the assignable sliders, well, yeah, with the assignable sliders, I see some movements which I don't want. So that's pretty shitty, to be honest. Anyway, I have to dive again into that. I got some new sliders to install. It worked, but now it's not working anymore. Let me put all on 0. Right. So free, totally clean. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make another kind of beat. BPM, let's do 125. I'm thinking about more housey style. Okay. Oh, that bass! In case, in case you entered later to the stream, let me tell you, you can now download these samples for free because One Technique said to me, Roger, I'm going to share all my expansion spec with you on your website. He's going to focus more on making music. So on the MidiManiac.com, you can find the MV-8800 archive. At this moment, you only find the Holy Grail. Next week, this week, I will upload all the other 3 expansion packs. Very, very cool. So the MidiManiac, here above, the MV-8800 archive. And if you miss something, please share it with me, and I will put it on the website because we need to have access to all this. Okay, let's go back again. Dylan, hello, very nice to be here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to show you that. Yeah, I said I don't want to talk too much, but I have to show you this because I wear caps from New York or Los Angeles, but in this case, I have a shirt from Amsterdam. I lived very close to Amsterdam when I lived in Holland. And I found this shirt in a supermarket here in Spain. And it says over here, train station Lelystad Centrum through Almere. And I lived in Almere for some years. So that was funny. I thought tonight I will do Amsterdam to have that little Dutch part in the show. Okay, let's create a beat. I go to Banksy. First I need the bass drum. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to use the roll function for this bass drum. I do it with a fixed velocity. I do shift roll, and then I change the tempo of the roll function. So yeah, so just very simple 4 on the floor. Okay, so this is 4 on the floor. You know what? I'm going to make it a 4-measure beat. I don't like the 2-measure beat. So change 4-measure beat. I will copy the first part. I have, of course, to select it. I will select it in this case with the mouse. I press right mouse click, copy paste, and I want to have it copied on beat number 3. And I do execute, and now we have 4 measures filled. Just very easy. So what I'm now going to explain is how to use the sidechain function. Okay. But first I need the beat. Okay. I will change the track parameter to have it quantized. Okay. I do some rehearsal. No, not satisfied. I first want the beat. Okay, now a clap. And do I want to add that bass? Okay, we're going the good way. Meanwhile, I'll take a look at the chat, and I see MV Nation. Yes, yeah, MV Nation. It was very cool community, and I don't know why it's gone. I'm not able to find it anymore. And yes, you're right, Bakerman. Nintred was when he had so much knowledge about the MV. Super cool. I'm looking forward. I'm thinking about perhaps changing changing or adding also a forum to my website, because somehow I miss a lot of information, and I know there's a community over there, and we should continue with this community, because the MV-8800 is 2022 and it's still rock solid. Okay. Cool. Now let me add, in this case, oh, I'm using the wrong mouse. Let me add a synthesizer. Add Midi track, and now I'm thinking what I'm going to use. Did you see? I changed it. It's now behind me. I've got more control, because first I had my racks over here and I had to lean over. Now I got my keyboards left, right. I got my gear over here, my rack. I got in front of me the MV, directly in front of me with some keyboards. My 2480 is over here, and I got direct access. Super cool. Now I think I will just use the V-synth. If you got a V-synth, for sure you know the sounds of JB. They're awesome. Well, I think they're awesome. Yeah, just a simple A minor chord with some nice pads. Okay, let me add that. Just shall I do some different chords? Yeah. Okay. Let me do it like that. Quantize grid. So now I'm going to sample this sound again. I do sampling over here. And yeah, I see in the chat, no aim, GV sounds amazing. GV sounds are amazing, yeah, that's for sure. Well, I must admit, I only have the 1080. I had the 2080, the 1010, the XV5080, but somehow the 1080 stayed. It's a more raw sound to me, so I love that more than the other ones. Perhaps I'm also too lazy to dive in all of them. Could be, anyway. But GV, I love that sound. I love that sound. Sampling. I want to sample this V-synth, and again, as you can see before, start trigger is play, stop trigger is beat. 16 beats because we got 4 measures, and auto normalize. I turn down the master volume because I'm going to open up now the digital in, coaxial in. You can use, if you don't have the MV8 OP1, you can of course use the analog. I saw in the chat that Bakerman was asking regarding digital out. Yes, the digital out of the GT, V-synth, SP808 and the V-synth, no, the XT. They have digital out. Oh no, also the MV. All the digital outs go into my M1000, Roland M1000 mixer. It's a digital mixer. And I said SP808, but the SP808 goes analog, sorry. I had it on digital, but it only has 4 digital inputs, the M1000, but they're all going digital into the M1000 and then digital out into the VS2480, and then from the VS2480 I've got a digital out into the MV, and that's the reason why I have to turn down the master volume when sampling. So let's sample this simple yeah, wait a minute. I want to have it less sharp in this case. Okay, like this. I do start, wait, play, I press play. I did something wrong, cancel, because first I had to rewind it. So now it's rewind, start, play. Okay, it's sampled. Hey, what's up, guys? MV forever. Yeah, man. Pooh, MV forever. That I almost sold it because of the MPCX. And for sure, MPCX is a great machine. And I saw in you all know that video, the Gear Chat video from Mike Acosta, where he's having a talk with, I don't recall his name. Anyway, they were talking about the MV, and they were talking about the MPCX, and they said, yeah, it's nice with the touchscreen, iPad size, those kind of things. It sounds good, fast, those kind of things. I agree, it's fast. And I had a talk with Bakerman and about the MPCX and the screen. It somehow it is less. It feels less making music. Anyway, no, it's just my opinion. I'm just dinosaur. I'm used to the MV. That's the reason. Okay, shut up, Roger. Let's go. So this is the sample. Cool. I'm going to quick assign it, and now in this case I want to show you sidechaining by using LFO. So I don't have to chop it. I'm going to do it in LFO. So I can directly go to a patch. So I do quick assign to patch, and I go to patch number 4, because on patch number 3 we have the chopped up. So I do patch number 4, I do execute. So it's done. Now I change the input select to analog to prevent the, what's it called? The feedback. And now I think I did not close it completely. Anyway, let's go to the to a new track. So I do menu, add MIDI track number 2. Output assign in this case needs to be 4. No MIDI. And oh, forgot to execute. And I will mute the other track. Add MIDI track. Output assign 4. Off. Execute. So it's there. And this one needs to be muted. I can do it like this. Shift pad instead of using my mouse. And it's now muted. If you work with the screen, with only the screen, most people work like this. If they don't have, well, with the MV-8800 you have the access, you can use screen because it's standard installed. But I like working also with just a small screen and then navigating and turning it on and off, the mutes, very nice. But in this case the screen is super cool to have it like this. Cool. We go to MIDI track number 4. So on pad number 1, we got this one. We got the sample, and I'm going to step record this into the pattern. I hold Shift, step recording. So I have to start from the beginning. Shift recording. So now we see step time. I'm going to make it the longest possible, and I press the key. I do fixed velocity. Let's give it, oh no, it was not necessary fixed velocity because velocity is already put on 127. Anyway, I press pad number 1. So we got now 2 beats with the sample, and if I press tie, it ties the sample to a complete sample, to that it will play completely. Otherwise, it will stop after 2 measures. But now it's playing completely. You can also do it like this. If you don't change the time, if you leave it on 100, for example, 100 on 480, now you see just a small small stripe, a small sample. But if you use tie up to the end, then also the complete sample is playing. So if I hit play, then you should hear the sample. I will lower the volume because it's a little bit too loud. Again. Yeah, I'm going to react on Dill's tunes. Yeah, Roger, the MPC-X is more of a computer than the MV. Maybe that's why you like it more. I sure do. Yeah, me too. Yeah, the MPC-X is a computer. That's what I noticed, and it was pretty annoying when I had my headphones in the MPC. During making music, I heard this computer sound. You sometimes know this computer sound, this high pitched. If it's searching something on a hard disk or something, but mine did not have a hard disk, it had a SSD. But it's the high-pitched computer noise, and I thought, that can be, but it was from the inside, and I noticed that. Then I thought, yeah, it's indeed more a computer. Okay, sidechaining with LFO. We got a beat over here. Okay. Let me go into the sample. I use quick edit. And now we're on the sample. Now we have to adjust the LFO. Because I said we are going to do sidechain, not chop, we could sidechain with LFO. And LFO is a low frequency oscillator, and when it's used as a filter, it filters the sound, and when it's used as an amplifier, it amplifies the sound. So it opens up and it breaks down, opens up, breaks down. So we are going to change this, and you see some things over here. You see rate, detune, delay time, delay key. Oh, my Bible. Shall I? No, I don't. It has to do with the key range. If you want to have it delayed low, or if you want to have it delayed on the higher part of your keyboard. Anyway, key sync off on, and then the depth. The depth is very important because we want to have that sidechain effect, and we need to do that with the amplifier. But the rate is now 102. Let me show you to you. I will open up the amplifier. I hold Shift to make steps of 10. So now I'm 63. And this is the LFO. I can show you also the difference between amplifier and amplifier and filter. Then first I have to turn on the filter. If I don't turn on the filter, you won't hear it. So I turn it on. Let's do it on low pass filter. This up. And now you hear the filter. So this is the filter LFO, but we want to have, in this case, the amplifier LFO. So we put this on 0, and the amplifier LFO, I said before, we are going to put it up. And then this is almost sidechaining, only the rate is not good, because we have to make sure that it goes in sync with the BPM. So we can change this, and now we have notes over here. And now you can change it to the kind of BPM, or no, what kind of frequency you want to have it. So now we already have that sidechaining effect by using LFO. LFO amplifier. We've got here sine, we got triangle. Or we have saw up. Or saw down. If I change now the amplifier to -63, it will be reversed. Square. There is just one problem with this kind of sidechaining. What I've noticed in a few years, because I started with the MV in 2018, coming from the SP808, and so I fell in love with the 8800. Well, first with the 8000, and then moved up to the 8800, which came ridiculously for with the MV8 OP1. I bought it for 550 euros with the MV8 OP1. Hardly used. It's only the sliders. Okay. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you about using sidechaining with the LFO is that it's not always right timed. The chops are quantized, but somehow, and I don't know why, but somehow the LFO way gives sometimes an offbeat. Now it's an offbeat. Let me do the saw up. Now it's okay. Let me try it with key sync on. So in my opinion, this is a very cool way to have the sidechaining effect. Let me answer a question from Choppy Beats. Sounds great, thank you. Is MV aligned into an interface or is this through USB? This is the MV goes into my VS2480 and my 2480 is connected to my Native Instruments Complete Audio 6 just through analog. And then, yes, of course, this is a sound card from Native Instruments, which is connected to my computer through USB. But the MV goes into the 2480 and then into the Complete Audio 6. Okay, cool. So I've shown now two ways: chopping and LFO. Now I said before, I said as topic, I said also to use the MFX. I've shared with you my Gator template for the MFX, and what I learned also from you is that apparently the 8800 can save effects and the 8000 cannot save the effects. So for people with the 8000, I'm sorry if it's not possible to save them. For the 8800 you can save the effects and also the Gator effect that I've given to you. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to use this sample. You know what? I'm going to copy that sample to another pad and then I will take off the LFO from that sound. So I copy it to the clipboard. Now it's over here and now it's on pad number 2. Now I do a quick edit, and in the partial edit screen you can directly change also, of course, here the depth of, in this case, the amplifier. So this one is not affected and this one is affected. So if you make music, and I assume you do, this way you can create a patch with the same sound, with the same sample, but with different usages of, in this case, the LFO effect. Let me copy also to pad number 3 and I will show you that I can use now over here also the filter. So I've got, so quickly, I got 3 samples over here. One without an effect, filter effect. You know what? And let me do the last one with all. And for sure you want to know what will happen if we do the filter, if we do the pitch. Oh, I had, this one needs to be the pitch. Shift, you already heard it. So you can make very nice sound effects, and then, okay, the last one, we do the pen. Also up, and now it won't work, you will notice. But why it won't work? Because that we have to do in the SMT, in the sample management table. And then we can have the pen of this sound going from left to right. Because this is just, this is just, you hear it going from left to right, okay. But if we do LFO minus or LFO plus, and now you say, yeah, I don't hear any difference. And this is because the sample is in stereo. And when it's stereo, you don't notice it a lot. When it's in mono, you do notice it. The thing is, if I'm going to make now the sample mono, then all these samples will be affected. Or, no, No. I think I can copy it. Anyway, let me save that for another moment. I want to use now, like I said before, I want to use the effects, the gator effects, to have that pumping sidechain effect. So, first I will press effect. Or you know, first I will, I will create another MIDI track with the same sound, with the same patch in this case, execute. So now we have this one, and I will mute also track number 3 now. So track number 3 is muted. And now we only have the beat. Okay. And I want to add this one, this sample. So I do shift step recording. Instead of holding my keyboard or the pad, I love to work in this case with step recording. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17. I miscalculated, but 16 times this pad. So now it should be okay. Okay, cool. So we have it now over here. Now I'm going to change something in the mixer, because I have to say to this sample that he has to go to aux 1 in this case. I say aux 1, that's the place where he has to go. I'm going to route the audio of this sample of this patch into the MFX. So input needs to be on aux 1. Okay. Now over here in library, I'm going to load, in this case, the gator. And I say use this. At this moment, you don't hear it anymore. I will show you, it's still there. If I change it to, for example, center cancel or tape echo, use this. There's the sound. But I use gator, use this. So, you don't hear anything. Okay. I go to exit. Now I have to create another MIDI track. And in this case, the output sign needs to be on MFX. I called it gator because it opens up the gate. If I hit the pad, it opens up the gate. And let me turn up the volume a bit. So this is a manual way to open up to create the sidechain effect. Okay, and you know what? The question about using the TR-808 or TR-909 style, the drum grid, is over here. Let's give it a try. So what we do have here is the following. You see the grid. Now since I want to have, no, I do undo. I want to have it as 16 grid, like this. And with this effect, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all where I am standing, because every pad opens up the gate. There is no note information at all, because it opens up the gate. I will show you now in the edit screen of my effect. Is that you've got the comment section, but in the VCO section, no, in the VCF section, in the virtual voltage control filter section, you see that the external in is on 100. And external in means incoming sound. You can also use incoming sound from external hardware. So you can use your voice also to have a gated voice with this effect. When I'm going to open up the oscillator 1 or 2, then you will hear a sound. Then the notes are influencing the effect. But I don't use the oscillator. I don't use noise. I only use external in. And that's the reason why I can easily use, in this case, the drum grid on any pad. So you got to see it like this. The drum grid, 16 grid. We got the 16 pads. So this is those 4. The first 4 are the first measure, the first, how's it called? Ticks of the pattern. So check this out. And you notice that the duration is only 80%, and the step time is, in this case, a 16th note. Yes. Okay. I want to have the duration on 100. And let me change it like this. No. And the pad mouse velocity real, yeah, it doesn't matter because it only opens up the gate. Velocity doesn't influence at all. And now I have to go to that part. Oh, this. And now press 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have it over here. Of course, it's longer. It's 4 meshes. Yeah. That's a problem. With working now with 4 meshes. Now, I'm going to undo it. Let me give it another try with when I use 1 note, a quarter note. I have to study this. Quarter note, 8th note, 16th note. Whole note. Now. It's not what I want. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Undo. So, guys, sorry. I will dive another time deeper into the drum grid because it's a very nice way to make some music. But in this case, I'm not satisfied with it. So let me open up the gate grid. Yeah, okay, here we go. No, it has to be more open. Now I notice that the first beat, that the first opening is short. If I go to event list, and I notice also that he's recording the poly aftertouch, because in my system I did some tests with poly aftertouch to see which synth is having poly aftertouch instead of channel aftertouch. And I forgot to turn it off. So let me turn it off in system pad panel, and pad aftertouch sensitivity is now off. Now in the event list, it's poly aftertouch. I go to view filter and I do all off. I do now all on. No, all off, and then this one on. So I now only see all the poly aftertouch, and I'm going to remove it. Perhaps you already knew this, that if you're on the top position in the event list editor and you hold shift and you press over here on the bottom, it's all selected, and you can erase it. Now, there is not such thing as erase all. And if there is, please tell me, because I do it always like this. But it's an easy job. Just some few erase thingies and you're done. Okay, view filter, all on. Exit. So here we are in the event list, and what I said, I noticed that the duration of the first one is a bit short. And you can see it also, you see it on the screen, that duration of the first one is 176, and the rest is around 230. So I changed it over here to 30, I press enter, and now it's longer. Okay, great. Now I'm going to dive deeper into the effect. I go to edit, because the attack is very hard. But if you go to the block of the VCA, the amplifier, we should be able to have more the ducking effect. What you also can do now is, for example, change the knob assign. If I press knob assign and I want to have the virtual VCA attack, in this case to C3, then I say C3, and now I can play with the C3. And you also can, I guess we can also change the release. Of course we can. And if we go a block up, you see over here C1, C2. Oh yeah, let me show you the following, because I know there's also there are questions about this, that the cutoff frequency, no, their C knobs, C1 and C2 are over here, and C2 is pointing that way and C1 is pointing that way, but we have an amount of 100 and an amount of 0. So if I now changing the C2 knob, you don't see anything moving over there, and the same with the C1 knob. This is a setting. This is just a simple setting in system. I say simple. Now I have to search also pad panel. It's over there, and if I go to panel, then we see the slider mode and the knob mode are on null. So it means that you first have to hit where the amount is. So in this case, the C1 was on 100 and the C2 was on 0. And if you go that way, then you can move it. But if you change this to jump, then at the moment when you touch your C knobs, then the amount will be changed, and I will show it to you. So we see now already the resonance on 32 because it's changed, but we still see C1 on 100. And I'm now going to change C1, and I didn't have to open it completely. It's directly taking taking the amount of where it is at that moment. Be aware that if the sound effect is too much, then you will notice it directly in your music. But I saw some questions on internet about this, and then it's just system, pad, panel, null, or jump, like this. Now I'm going to show you something else about this. Listen to the difference. The differences between this one, I will use it with muting, between the two sounds. Shift pad bank. Okay, so this is the effect. I want to show it, but I can't because it's the same patch, and that patch is routed to the aux1. Yes. So what I'm going to do now, just some quick changes, and then to show you the difference between the two sounds, and then I will explain something about that. So listen to this. Okay, cool. Now go to the mixer, and I say to this patch, you go to the preset. Not affected. And for sure you hear the difference immediately. I can do it like this also. I go to aux1. Yes, do you hear? External in is mono. And that's a pretty bummer. Let me react now on those tunes. Yeah, of course, a compressor is very easy. If you have using a compressor, if you have the 8800 with the external outs, the extra external outs, then it's a good way to use a compressor. I can use my TR8 also. I can use my TR8, which has very nice features about using sidechaining. The thing is, I want to show you the possibilities with using sidechain with only using the MV-8800. But for sure, there are a lot of there are better ways with using a compressor also. Okay, mono. So this sound is mono. We can make it pseudo stereo with the chorus and the delay. The delay is on, as we can see. If I go a block down, we can see that the chorus flanger is off. I switch it on. So it's mono, but by using the effects, you can make it can make it sound pseudo stereo. And yes, in another video I will use the 8-band vocoder, which is also an awesome feature. The MV got the vocoder, and also the synthesizer effect from the SP808. It's a real nice vocoder. By using your own voice or internal voices, I made once a remix from Janet Jackson, Control. I can show you it at the end of the stream. I will put on that video to have an idea about the vocoding effects with that song. Cool. Then I said sidechaining. So we had chopping, we had LFO, using the MFX, and then I said also using MFX LFO. So I will create another Midi track. Because I don't want to have the gates open. I need the gate all the time open. Menu, add Midi track, MFX, execute. I will mute this one and this one. So no, I don't have to mute this one. Okay, cool. And again, shift recording because I want to have that sound over there. Which was it? This one. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's the gate is open. Yeah. I need to have the gate all the time open. Let me adjust the set time. I press one time, I do a tie, and now it's open all the time, if I'm right. Yeah. Hey, very cool. I see on the chat TTS 6025. Thank you for joining. I answered your question. No, I did not answer it yet, but no. It was not negative. No. DJ Toons. No, don't worry. No, man. Being negative over here. We're playing with music and using this amazing machine. No, it's not negative. No, I know how it works. I also like to use other machines to create music, but I want to focus on the MV-8800. And no worries. We're cool. Great. I said using the LFO of the MFX. I do edit. Let me turn off the chorus. Okay. So you can only use the blocks up. Can I use the mouse for this? Yes, I can use the mouse also. But you cannot use the cursor. The cursor is only for inside the block. But you can do it like this. Cool. So I said before, using the MFX LFO to have sidechaining effect. And in fact, it's just the same. It's the same as the internal synthesizer, the partial edit, by using the synth LFO, and then have a tempo synced, and then opening up, in this case, the voltage control amplifier, the VCA, holding shift, making steps of 10, and we're on 100. So now, if I've done it right, then we should have a triangle shaped waveform with the amplifier, and then you should hear it. Let's give it a try. I hope it works. And it does work. Only my tempo sync is way too fast. So let me do it on quarter note, whole note. Nah, on this note, tempo sync. I had this on a paper and I have to put it over here. So again, sidechain effect. We have triangle, square, saw, and sample and hold. I will give an example of all parts. Waveform square. Okay, now I'm curious because I said before that the partial edit VCA is not that accurate. Sometimes you have to restart and to calculate the right moment to start with your with the LFO, with the sidechaining. What I'm now going to do, I'm going to try starting and stopping, and then we will see if this way, the MFX way with LFO, is spot on. Let's give it a try. No. Now it's good. No. Not. Okay, so it's the same problem. Listen, it's out of. If I change this, for example, the delay 50, what will happen? No, delay doesn't work at all. again. Meanwhile, I'll change the VCA C3. Does it affect because in this case the LFO is overruling? Right, okay, so 4 different ways of using sidechaining. There is another way. No. Yes, I'm thinking of something else. Let me go to the first pattern, which I created. How was it? Oh, a bit too loud. This is a chop way. Now, I'm thinking if, because it's nice when the bass drum and the ducking are combined. So it should be possible, but then I have to create another pattern. Yeah, let me create very quickly another pattern. As always, move the audio track. No, I don't want to. I want to remove it. Delete. Delete track over here. Delete tracks. Audio track. Execute. So, yes, I'm sure because nothing was in it. Okay. Let me make an easy beat. Okay. Oh, it's 2 measure. Okay, this time 2 measure. Okay, because what I now want to do is synchronizing the gator with the bass drum. Something like that. Okay, now it's just very simple. Now I will expand the sounds. So I go over here and I want to split the notes, and I want to have separate tracks by pitch. I can choose one track or one new track, and I want to have separate tracks by pitch. So it's only one. Yeah, I've got to select them all. Roger, pay attention. Like this. Then now I do over here, split notes, execute. So now we have it all divided. I do shift pad banks and I go to solo mode, and let's see which one is the bass drum. This not. This one. Okay, track number 2 is the bass drum. All right. Now, track number 2, I said. Track number 2. Ah, this is the first track, okay. Now I will copy this track. Select it. Copy, paste, and I want to paste it as a new track. So it will be track number to track number 9. Oh, first I have to create it. Yes, of course. Let me first create a new track. Add MIDI track. In this case, I'm going to use the MFX track. MIDI, Roger, no, you could do the output assign MFX. Yes, it's indeed a very great feature to from the MV to have these split notes that easy. So now I should be able to copy this, copy paste, and now to track number 10, if I'm right. Why not? Am I stupid? Oh, I did. Yeah, I'm stupid because I did not execute it. It happens a lot. Add MIDI track, and then I forget to execute it. I don't know why. Now, man. And in this case, it's track number 3. Be aware of that, Roger. Okay. So copy paste. Let me use the buttons. It's more easy than the mouse. To track number 3, because 3 is MFX. I do execute. And now I got to be here. Menu, edit, copy paste to track number 3, execute. So okay, MFX is now over there. Okay. So this means that the MFX, the gate is now opened, but I have to create, of course, a MIDI track with. I will use that other sample. I use some sounds now, but I will use the sample of the pad string from the V-synth. Add MIDI track. It was on 4, right? Execute. Over here. This is just testing, guys. This is just testing. This is unprepared. But let's see. Solo it. I'm doing something wrong because over here I have to solo also the MFX. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. It's not sidechaining in my opinion. Perhaps I have to adjust the release time of the sound. I must admit, I like the effect. So using the bass drum as an opener for the gator effect. So if you use, for example, a deep bass sound, then they're always in sync. Okay, nice. Learned something today. shift pad bank, shift pad bank, solo mode. Yeah, of course they don't work. Okay. So guys, just focusing completely on sidechaining. I'm curious which kind of effect you like the most this time. Wait a minute. For sure there are people tuning in later, but look at this. Look, oh man, it's starting to itch because it's I've done all my los tres anillos completados. Goed, very nice. Man, look at that. Add with the MV. Man, so proud. And I already decided that over here will come the X-Wing with a V-synth in it. Over here. My God. Okay. Back. Yeah, I said not talking too much. Not talking too much. Okay, cool. So what I said, 4 ways of sidechaining. Yeah, nice. I learned it a lot. It was very nice to work with. Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm very happy with my tattoo. Yes, very happy. And thanks to I will show it. Because I received some donations from viewers. MFX track parameter, and I've got it over here. I got a special slide for them. Close. Now we'll do it like this. Thank you, Nick Danger, Hayden Radcliffe, Eka Music, and N4 for donating money to have this tattoo. It helped. Of course, it helped. Very cool. And yes, this is Pix Jam. I still love this. And by the way, because talking about Pix Jam or something like that, like you've seen that I with the MV-8800 archive to keep it running. Yeah, I make cost. I love to do it, but it takes also money. So every help is welcome for sure. And also, I want to. Perhaps you know it, but I don't know it. But I want to add a diff AT24 to the Roland MV, and I want to see if I can have another MIDI in. I only read in the manuals that you have an extra MIDI out, but I want to have an extra MIDI in. I do have now a MIDI merger, so I merge now from different parts my music, my MIDI information. Anyway, so cool. Hey, Nick Danger is wait, Nick. Very cool, Nick. So cool. And yes, Hayden, try it. It's very cool to play with the LFOs. And Nick, in case you didn't see the tattoo, now I will change the view over here. Here it is, old school Empire Strikes Back AT with the MV over here. There was the special tattoo artist here in our village, coming from Granada, and he was here a week, and he is specialized in cartoons or well, this kind of tattoos. It's amazing how fine the lines are with some. You can't see it online, but the lines are super smooth and with some white details. Very, very cool. Cool. Yes, what I want to show you. I saw some talking about the vocoder, and I told you I have a video about it, and let me search it. Now you will first see the video from from One Technique.
Happy holidays, everyone. It's your boy One Technique, and I want to let you guys know about my latest and greatest expansion pack. It's called the Holy Grail, and check it out, man. This thing's ridiculous. I call it the Holy Grail for a reason.
Wait. I noticed that I have not connected my mic to that one. I do copy, and I copy it to the YouTube.
Happy holidays, everyone. It's your
And
boy
now
One
you should
Technique,
hear
and I
me,
want to
and
let
I
you
will
guys
search
know
for the
about my
video with the
latest and
vocoder.
greatest expansion pack. It's called the
Give
Holy
me a
Grail,
moment.
and check it out, man. This thing's ridiculous. I call it the Holy Grail for a reason.
One
This thing has like
Technique
over
who shares
500
his
programs of all
patches
different
for
instruments.
free
This thing's
with
just
us.
it's just ridiculous.
Amazing.
But that's not even the main reason why I'm making this video. The main purpose for this video is to let you guys know from now until December 30th, 100% of my proceeds for that expansion pack, along with my first one, Dats and Zips, if you make that purchase of either of those expansion packs from now until December 30th, 100% of my proceeds will go to the Phoenix Children's Hospital. That's right, the Phoenix Children's Hospital will get 100% of those proceeds. Doesn't matter if you're a beat maker or not. If you know somebody that makes beats, this is a great present for them. Pick it up. Let's help out these kids. Try to make their holiday season a good one. The links are on the bottom. Happy holidays,
Now
everyone.
go to the
Peace.
We go change the video. Okay, here it is. This is the vocoder. So in this case, I used samples. And I used long vocals, and this is also a subject for another video. It's the a cappella from Control from Janet Jackson. As you can see, I used. Oh, my voice is not very loud. I used PixJam. So yeah, cool guys. We don't have an MV just to see me. Okay, that's nice. I feel flattered now. Then I will play alone with my MV. Anyway, oh, this is super cool. Okay, guys. 2 hours already. 2 hours gone. Don't want to make it too long, and for sure not too short. Let me repeat it. Today topics was sidechaining, the announcement. Thank you for the tattoo, for the support. MV-8800 archive. On my website you will find manuals in different languages, information or whatsoever. It will stay there. It will stay there. It won't leave. And of course, One Technique, who shared his, wow, he shared his patches, his expansion packs with us. The Holy Grail is already available on my website, and you can download the rest too. Super, super, super. Guys, thank you so much. Hayden, thank you so much. Dilstoons, Bram, very cool to have you here. Carlos Cruzado, thank you so much. Of course, Bakerman, Jeremy, super cool to have you here in the show, during the show, chatting. It gives me energy, and it's just awesome. It's awesome that we can keep the MV-8800 alive, because it's just so much more than just a 16-pad machine. It's so much more, guys, really. This was the intro. I do pattern list, select, and if I'm right, this is the intro. Yes. The intro. And let me make it also the outro. Guys, next week, another live stream, MV-8800 production studio. Thank you so much. And we see each other next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.